when there's backups in all these different apps, they'll tell people to jump on to this Route 18 and circumvent the backup and take them all the way up to the Bay Bridge and jump on the Route 8 ramp.
So we want to keep them on 50 so that the Route 18 can be open for local access, emergency services, safety, school buses, what have you. So that's really the objective. And we're fighting with the driver apps. You know, the algorithms, you know, as you're driving down 50, they ask you to, or they tell you to take Duke Street, they tell you to take Castle Marina to get ahead of the line. So by closing the ramps, we found, and with the state's help, by closing them, the Google app, the Waze app recognizes that, and therefore it won't direct motorists off on those ramps. It just tells them to stay on Route 50 because that would effectively be quicker in those cases. So
we have 15 exits from the Bay Bridge to the 5301 split. And any one of those exits lead to the access road, which is Route 18, which is a state road. So, you know, and it depends because 18 crisscrosses Route 50. So 18 is on the south side for a portion, then it's on the north side for a portion. And when there's backups in all these different apps, they'll tell people to jump on to this Route 18 and circumvent the backup and take them all the way up to the Bay Bridge and jump on the Route 8 ramp. So the first thing that we're going to be doing in this pilot program with the state's assistance, and Beth, let's pull up the map one.
Yeah.
So there you go, and you can see actually at the top some of the dates that we are looking at, but we're not going to do it. Probably the earliest anything would happen would be September 16th or the 23rd, but it will be for 2 weekends. So that's the Route 8 ramp coming from Route 8 with the right-hand turn, or coming across the light or a left-hand turn. That will be closed. And it's important to note that we're closing it every day from a certain time point to a time point, because we have a lot of residents and there's a lot of people that live, again, in that same the same affected area, 27,000, that may have a job, maybe have family, you know, whatever the case may be. So if you're coming down Route 50 and you think you're going to circumvent the overpass, excuse me, if you're coming on Route 8 or 18, if you see 18 to the north of this picture, if you're on 18, you're going to come up to Route 8 and you're going to turn left and think you're going to get onto 50 and circumvent that traffic. That's not going to happen. Those ramps will be closed and there'll be signs up to detour you all the way back to Castle Marina. This is Castle Marina. It's where the McDonald's is. This stays open. This has got the McDonald's, plenty of businesses here, you know, and this is the access to Four Seasons, a very, you know, a large development in Queen Anne's County. Yeah. So this ramp, the exit, the off ramp and the on ramp remain open. And this is where, if you pass this point on Route 18, you're going to have to come all the way back to Route 18, the traffic circle, to get onto Route 50 West. Yeah. So this is Duke Street, and Duke Street has one gas station on that corner. That's Stevensville Elementary School. And then there's buildings there, places of business, I should say. And so what we're going to do is we're going to close the access from Route 50 to Route 18, but allow people to get off, use the gas station, and get back on. All of these are what we are planning to do and what we're working towards. But, you know, we're working with the state and we want the state's help and you know, their input, and we're appreciative of that. So this is Duke Street would be closed, so then now you don't have access to get onto Route 18, or you don't have access to come up Route 18 and jump onto 50 at Duke Street. And this is our two shopping centers and businesses. What we are doing there, we are allowing them to exit and use these businesses. So you can get off and go to, you know, El Jefe, you can get off and go to the New Tokyo restaurant, the gas station, Dunkin' Donuts, Hardee's, all these businesses will be open, but you will not have access to Route 50 West coming back out. Because what we've seen in the past is a large number of people will jump in that right lane, roll all the way down. It's a long access road, and come back out on the 50. And what we're trying to do is get the traffic to flow across the 3 lanes or 2 lanes, whichever it may be, and pick up speed and keep moving. So, and I will say, once we do this, there's 2 weekends, whichever weekends the state agrees to do. Afterwards, we're going to have town hall meetings because we want to talk to our public to find out, you know, what didn't work, what did work, what do you see that we could do to improve on the traffic and the flow of traffic here. Our problem now, not only is it Saturday and Sunday, but it's now creeping into Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
And there'll be some days where those backups are 3 to 4 miles also. And we've got to be able to have buses that move. We got to be able to have parents picking up kids, dropping kids off, after school event, activities. And that it truly, this traffic truly does affect the quality of life in Queen Anne's County. And right now it's going through the process, and we hope to have something here within the next week to 10 days.
I wonder, do you get much pushback from retail on this?
We get complaints, but they understand. It's not something that Queen Anne's County has produced. It's the through traffic, and that's why I think that they're willing to help us in any way they can, and so is the state. So that's a big plus.
And not only that, I mean, they have a hard time when 18 gets backed up as a result of people jumping off of Route 50. Those businesses can't even get their workers to get to the place where they're going to work. So who would want to work there on a Sunday, right? When it takes you 2 hours to get there, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the issue. And I'll just mention as well that Commissioner Moran presented this plan to our Economic Development Commission just last week, and also the Kent Narrows Development Foundation, who represent a lot of the businesses in this corridor. Both of those groups and boards have provided letters of support to try this, because they all know we have to do something, because